I remember the night that the email was sent out. I was sitting in a car with two of my friends, and we were all just cast as leads in our spring musical. We didn't think anything of the email at first, but then we scrolled down a little farther, and all of our mouths dropped. All activities, rehearsals, performances, concerts, and club meetings are canceled through March 29th, 2020. I was in complete shock and didn't know what to expect.
I remember the night that the email was sent out. I was sitting in my living room when I should have been at my conference track meet. The email seemed harmless. We'd only be off for a few weeks. All sport practices are canceled through March 29th, 2020. All sport competitions are canceled through April 5th, 2020. I was in complete shock and didn't know what to expect. Little did we know that the next day would be our last day of school for the rest of the year. March 13th, 2020, a day we will never forget.
We initially thought that it was a joke.
It's Corona time. Hey, it's Corona time right now.
From then on, things only got worse.
Of all the obligations that weigh on me as governor, this is the greatest. If there are actions that I can take that will save lives in the midst of this pandemic, no matter how difficult, then I have an obligation to take these actions. Therefore, starting tomorrow evening, Saturday, March 21st at 5 p.m., until the end of April 7th, all our residents will be subject to a stay-at-home order.
We asked fine arts students around our community how they had been dealing with these drastic life changes.
I'm in musicals. I've been doing musicals since I was in second grade, and I've also been in choir since 6th grade.
I am involved in theater and choir at the school. I have been doing theater since my freshman year. I have been in the beginning theater class, and I have been doing the plays and musicals since freshman year. And for choir, I started choir my sophomore year, and I got into a cappella choir, madrigal choir, and jazz choir at the school. And those have been really fun, and I really enjoy all the fine arts that I'm in.
I do Triam, Music Honor Society. I do all of the plays and the musical. I do tech. I'm in band and marching band, and I do all of that. And I do speech.
I've just been really unmotivated and really not wanting to do anything because it's just so hard to get yourself to do anything because it just feels like everything is not important and there's no point of doing anything, which there's a point of doing things. You should do your homework.
So quarantine at first was really hard because adjusting from not being in a school environment and a fine arts environment and just being able to see my friends and hang out with them was really, really hard at first. Now I'm a little more used to it. I'm a little more used to the e-learning, and that has been going okay. It's not terrible, and I have created somewhat of a schedule, so there's some normalcy in my life. It is still really hard not to get to see my friends and hang out with them all the time because that's one of my favorite things to do, and that's something that I try to do often because it makes me really happy. And not being able to see a lot of my family has also been really difficult. But some of the positives that I have found in quarantine is that I'm able to talk to my parents a lot more and hang out with them, because before this I was so busy with fine arts. I would get home at 8 or 9 o'clock from rehearsal and they would already be too tired and in bed, and it was really hard to communicate with them and to be able to just hang out with them a lot. So I've definitely created a stronger connection with my parents, and we've been watching movies together and just talking a lot more and playing board games and things like that. So that connection has really been a plus to quarantine, but it definitely sucks that I can't see other people that I would like to.
I've been dealing with quarantine pretty well. I think I'm an introvert, so it's been working out well for me. But it has been difficult not being able to see my friends all the time, and it's just been kind of tough.
According to the Department of Theater and Dance at Appalachian State University, an important life skill that is learned in theater is adaptability and flexibility. So it's awesome to hear from other students that they have found ways to stay motivated and keep themselves busy. Theater practitioner and author Dr. Louis E. Catron states that you need to be willing to try new ideas, accept new challenges, and have the ability to adapt to constantly changing situations and conditions. Although this has been a once-in-a-lifetime experience for a lot of people, having that skill has made this lifestyle transition a little bit easier.
So this is my first musical, so I didn't really know what everybody was talking about when they said it was a whole family thing and a really good environment. But once rehearsal started, I got it. I finally got it. What Josie was telling me. She's I just was a big family and everybody was just so close to each other, and I really loved that. So not knowing what was gonna happen with it, it's been hard because you just see how much work is put into it, and just having the thought of it not being able to be put together and those people to see it is kind of a scary thought.
Hi, I am getting ready for work right now. Well, actually, I got ready for work. I am running a little bit late, so I didn't get to show what it's like to get ready for work, but it's not too extensive. It's just after I'm done with my schoolwork, I either shower, or if I don't need a shower, I don't, and then I just do my makeup a little bit and wear the pizza shirt. It's not too much of a big uniform, but yeah, I've been working a lot just because I have nothing better to do. I have nothing to do after school, so I work Monday through Friday. It's a nice way to get out all my energy. It's obviously not the same as having theater, which sucks, but it's kind of weird because everything's been canceled. It all canceled so quickly. My NCFL tournament was supposed to be, the Nationals was supposed to be in Chicago this year, and they canceled that on March 20th, and so I kind of really have nothing to look forward to in that sense. But it's especially sad just because we were supposed to be the ones that were hosting it, so it was gonna be a really cool experience to host a national meet in Chicago. It would have been fun, but now that it's not here, it's been kind of sad because I feel like I don't have something creative to put forth my energy into, which honestly has been taking a toll on just my life and everything, I guess. But yeah, there's not really much I've been doing. Not much to do, not much in the day of life of Gloria.
One of our national speech tournaments was canceled, and the other one that I qualified for was moved online, and lots of band concerts, and obviously the musical was canceled. So yeah, a lot of things have changed due to the coronavirus.
Also, the withdrawal from the play and musical environment has been really hard because that is one place that I really feel safe, and I just love being at musical rehearsal and play rehearsal, and I get to just have fun with my friends all the time there and create art with them. So it's really an awesome time whenever we get to rehearse, and even when we have those really long rehearsals, we're all there together. So that has been really tough on me, and that is one of the things I miss the most because of this.
It's just I don't really get to let out my musical side by singing every day, because I love to sing. And so sometimes I burst out into song in the middle of doing dishes, and I'm really annoying and really loud, and it's not good for people's ears.
Yeah, there's not much to do, so I've been trying to keep up with my skincare just so that I have better skin. I feel like I am on one of those Vogue videos where they do a celebrity get ready with me, and they show them all their secrets, but a version of just me, I guess. But yeah, my days have definitely changed. I went from having typically on a Thursday night when I'd come home, I'd been out 12 hours plus from school and then practice and then work. So, but now, it was a low-key day. I just had to work, so it was pretty easy. But there's a lot of people that have the same thing where they went from high intensity days to literally nothing, which is so insane.
But a day in the life for a Broadway actress is much different, according to CNN's 24 Hours with a Broadway Actress by Blake Ellis. Allie Ewalt is a Broadway actress with an intensive schedule. Drinking coffee, throat coat, emergency, and apple cider vinegar are what keep her health up while practicing for West Side Story. She typically begins her day bright and early at 7:45 a.m. and doesn't end until almost 1 a.m. However, her intensive schedule has been put on pause since the cancellation of all Broadway shows. It usually consists of me sleeping until like 12. And it's interesting. I've also been doing a lot of stress baking, as you can tell. I'm currently making chocolate chip cookies. I'm also listening to some Broadway tunes to keep me just like in a positive mood. I think Broadway tunes, they're so upbeat, and I always sing along to them, and they just make me happy all the time. And Broadway officially closed, and currently, as of right now, it is closed until September 7th, I believe, which is very scary for our future. But listening to these songs, again, makes me instantly, like, happy. Puts me in such a good mood. So baking and Broadway have been basically the two things that have been keeping me going during this quarantine. So, yeah. Also, our hand mixer broke, so that's awesome. So I'm currently doing this by hand, and it's very difficult. Speaking of instant happiness, multiple different platforms have found ways to spread positivity through music. Disney has hosted 2 family sing-alongs so far within the past 2 months, and it has brought so much joy and magic into people's lives during this scary time. And during a scary situation like this, we understand that the class of 2020 may be feeling a little bit frustrated right now, so we decided to sit down with Mason Lobodzinski, Gloria's little brother, and ask him how he's feeling about his upcoming freshman year.
It's kind of really sad and scary because obviously, like, I want to go to school and I hate e-learning. And so, like, you're not going to get to make friends, and high school is already a scary experience as it is. So only just starting, like, freshman year without, like, actually getting to, like, see your teachers, it's very spooky magooky.
Mason's not the only incoming freshman who's concerned about their future, though. According to a survey by Junior Achievement, approximately 57% of teenagers said that they were concerned about how COVID-19 will affect their life after high school, and multiple seniors around the world are considering taking a gap year instead to save money and go to college when they can physically be in a classroom with other students. Although we don't necessarily know what's in store for our future, we thank you for your time, and we hope that our shared passion has impacted you in one way or another.
Despite the universal fear of the unknown future, one thing remains the same. The fine arts world, whether it's music, theater, art, speech, or any other involvement, is our universal language, and it has brought people together more than ever during this unprecedented time.